The ServiceTitan Elite Trades Championship Series was created to celebrate the excellence of tradespeople and to help address the shortage of tradesmen and women throughout the country.
Give me those something! Let's get it!
All right, who's excited to get started?
These competitors are athletes. They can do anything.
There is so much skill, so much talent shown in this competition.
Who will shoot to the top and whose hopes are headed down the drain?
Thousands attempted to qualify for this competition. Only an elite few have made it to the final stage.
It all comes down to this.
Look how exhausted these competitors are.
These guys are hustling.
3, 2, 1. Tools down!
Hello and welcome to West Palm Beach, Florida, home of the 2024 ServiceTitan Elite Trades Championship Series. This competition brings together the best of the best in the skilled trades all under one roof. With one goal in mind, crowning the top technicians in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and auto. Tonight, it's the hottest and coolest competition on the planet. This is the ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. Hi everyone and welcome. I'm your host, Joel Godet. I am joined by master contractor and HVAC pro, Scott Karen. And we're about to break into the final championship where the top 10 professional HVAC techs in the country are about to face off for their share of $100,000 and the ultimate prize, national champion.
That's right, Joel. The temperature in the arena is definitely on the rise.
This is a competition that over the months leading up to it had nearly 8,000 professional and apprentice HVAC techs entered in to compete. And after 2 qualification rounds, only 10 professional HVAC technicians have made it to this stage. Let's take a look at our professional finalists.
We have a handful of familiar faces in today's lineup. Of course, returning champion Craig Childress, the first ever cross-event competitor at the Elite Trades Championship Series, is back to defend the titles he won last year in both plumbing and HVAC. Alongside Craig, Florida local and last year's second-place winner Dagner Espinosa is back, and Sean Price out of Mansfield, Missouri, and also Joe Retorno from Mesa, Arizona, and Patrick Bolt, who won this competition last year in the apprentice division and has now qualified as a professional.
All in all, Scott, we are looking at over 200 years of experience out on that floor. Let's take a look at the challenge that they're about to face in our Pro Final Breakdown, brought to you by Trane and American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
The competitors will be installing the copper line set for a Trane and American Standard conventional split system, providing both heat and air conditioning using heat pump condenser technology. Using Cero copper pipe, they will measure, cut, prep, and secure the copper piping, known in the HVAC world as a line set. Each competitor will use state-of-the-art press fittings and must evacuate the sealed line set system using a vacuum pump with a micron gauge to ensure that the system is completely airtight. Then they will install the PVC air conditioning condensate system, wire and install a digital wall thermostat, and finally reinstall all the covers on the system. These competitors will have only 90 minutes to complete this challenge. They will be judged on workmanship, accuracy, proper tool usage, and safety, with time and air tightness being the tiebreakers.
While our competitors are getting ready and familiarizing themselves with all of their tools, let's send it down to the third member of our team. Chip Wade is on the floor and he's standing by with the Johnstone Supply Gear Up Report.
Thanks, Joel. That's right. All of the pros are getting all their tools ready. They're getting their minds focused for this competition. They're using this new technology with press fittings where it's a much higher chance that they're going to be done correctly when it's right. But if you mess it up, it's costly and it's bad workmanship. So it's going to be all about that preparation and using the tool correctly to get maximum points. Back to you.
Chip, thank you. Scott, I'm interested in those press fittings. What does it mean for the integrity of your HVAC system if the technician doesn't get that press fitting just right?
Well, Joel, ultimately they have to prep the pipe and use the tool correctly. If they don't prep it, then they can't press it. It's not going to seal the gas. It is a flammable gas, and it's also ozone depleting. So we want to make sure the refrigerant inside stays inside. And if they have a leak, it's going to show up when the judges test their system.
Well, the time has finally come to get this competition underway. Down to Chip Wade on the floor to get things kicked off.
Hit your timers in 3, 2, 1, go!
Officially underway at the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. And we see everybody go to the Johnstone Supply Store.
Right here, Joel, everyone's getting their basic boxes that they were given by Johnstone with some materials in it.
Get your situation squared away and your workspace set up, and then measuring is your first task.
Joel, this is the most important part before you start anything else. Here you can see Craig is really getting those dimensions accurate. They have to be exact. I would probably go ahead and mark the floor here, Joel, just in case that gets nudged around.
Dagner Espinosa setting up his condenser unit as Curtis Harrington goes to work back inside.
You see how easy they slide, Joel? If they're working on that unit, installing pipes to it, it could easily slide, knock the whole job off.
Our finalists have plenty of work to do, and there is a ton on the line. So stick with us. We'll be right back with more from the ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship.
The 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by ServiceTitan, the operating system that powers the trades, and by Trane and American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, innovative and efficient HVAC solutions for the home.
Welcome back to the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. We have 10 of the nation's best HVAC techs who just started their final challenge installing a conventional split air conditioning and heating system. Dagner Espinosa, last year's runner-up. You can see him in on the line set here. 43 years old, 26 years in the trade. His family from Tampa looking on as we get our first look at Alex Ivy and our first look at this crimping tool, changing out the jaws on it there, Scott. This is a unique piece of equipment.
It is. It's a solderless pressing system that RLS makes. It works really well. It's all about the prep, though. If you don't get it right, it could leak.
Joe Retorno well ahead of the game. He's got his PVC glue already coming from the Johnstone Supply Store. So everything in order from the jump for the 41-year-old from Arizona. And Craig Childress, cool as a cucumber here early gathering his supplies. Our returning champion, taking home the trophy last year in both the HVAC and plumbing national championships, making history as the first ever crossover competitor.
Standing on the podium last year, I was just in awe of everything happening around me. I really couldn't put into words. It happened so quickly, and everybody kind of wants to talk to you about it and congratulate you, which is amazing. But once kind of the dust settles, that's really when I felt like it hit me the most. And like, oh my God, this this is something that I just was able to accomplish. So. My life changed after winning 2023 ETCS and HVAC in so many different ways. I was able to see all over the country, was able to kind of be celebrated at a whole bunch of different events. Went to the HVAC Tactical Awards and my wife and I walked down a red carpet for an award show for the trades, which was absolutely amazing. Got to take part in an event at AHR where we had a press competition. I mean, I'm a superhero at home with my kids, which, you know, is definitely the best thing to come out of it. If I repeat this year for plumbing and HVAC, I mean, that would be unbelievable. There are no words for me to describe what would happen if that happens this year. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to do it, but I know just as much as everybody else does, the likelihood of that is slim, but you never know.
Incredibly quiet confidence from Craig Childress. He's become a celebrity on ComAv at Boston University ever since he won the championship a year ago. His wife, Rachel, looking on.
Rob Zanzi having a little bit of a problem. He might have put the jar on and probably not pushed the pin in all the way, which caused the pin to bend. He's not going to get that out. And he's got the V-groove pliers here. He's working real hard to get that tool fixed.
Craig Childress, meanwhile, just quietly going about his business as the defending champion.
I got to give Rob an A for effort, though. He's using every single tool on the cart.
Hey guys, I'm having a problem with my press tool.
He's going to need to have to swap that out. There's no solution here. That pin must have gotten bent. Not releasing either.
Now our judges will come over and get some new equipment for Rob Sanzi, the Pennsylvanian, so he can get back into the competition.
God, this is real anxious watching him. I'm telling you, the time is just clicking away.
Our head judges for this competition, Chris Hunter and Angie Snow, tightly guarding those score sheets on those ServiceTitan clipboards.
Nathan making light work of using that NAVAC tubing cutter. What a fine tool it is. Makes a nice clean cut.
Things starting to heat up down on the floor. These techs with plenty more to do, so do not go away. We'll be right back with the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. Back at the Palm Beach County Convention Center with the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. Scott Karen, we've got copper pipes here getting installed on the state-of-the-art air conditioning and heat pumps. What do you find really exciting about this technology?
Well, first of all, using refrigerant to have your cooling and heat provided to your home instead of fossil fuel is going to save you a lot of money in the long run. And also having the air moving through this ductwork, it allows you to filter it for dust, mold, and bacteria. It's a great product in the long term.
A really great look for Sean Price inside that air handler. Those are the coils?
That's the coil for the heat and the air conditioning, where all the action happens, right there.
Joe Retorno is measuring through the wall to the outside.
You can see the thickness of this cabinet. Trane does a great job with their cabinets insulated. Also, you can see the heating coil on top, which is used for supplemental heating during really cold days.
And it looks like Patrick Bolt may have mismeasured something. You typically don't want to see somebody having to recut a piece of tubing once it's already in place.
Especially because he may get marked down for added couplings. That could be an issue in the total score.
Well, fresh out of his apprenticeship, Patrick has been a mainstay at the ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship since its inception back in 2022, having competed and won in the apprentice division just last year. Patrick is the greenest competitor on the floor tonight, but that doesn't seem to be phasing him one bit. Let's learn a little bit more about Patrick Bolt.
Last year when they announced my name as the winner of the apprentice competition, I couldn't believe it, but once they named the first two people, I started getting the chills because I could just feel that my name was coming.
From Lipscomb, Ohio, Patrick Bolt! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
My name is Patrick Bolt, and I've been doing HVAC for 3 to 4 years now. Being in the pros, it feels a little different due to the fact that last year I knew that everyone was almost on the same level as me. It's going against the best of the best, but you gotta do that if you want to prove that you're one of the best. I was in the Marine Corps for 7.5 years. I don't want to say it wasn't my first option, but it wasn't what I originally thought I was gonna do. So back in high school, I was told that hey, if you want to be successful, you need to go to college. I tried that route and it wasn't for me. So I joined the Marine Corps and I did kind of a trades job in there doing heavy equipment, and since then I love being able to work with my hands and be active every day, and it's something new every day. It tests my mental capabilities, all the problems that we have to go through, so it's nice being able to be active both physically and mentally every day. I do this for my wife and my kids. I had a great childhood. Do the best I can so that they can have an even better childhood and just have all the opportunities that might not have been afforded to different people. So I just want to give them the best life.
As a husband, he's amazing. He's very supportive, and just being a dad to those 2 wonderful girls, I'm very blessed and lucky. Patrick is a very competitive individual. When he has his mind set to something, he's gonna do it.
If I won the competition like I did last year, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be excited because that just means that I'm one of, if not the best in the country. And just being here shows that I'm one of the best.
I like his style, Joel, and it looks like he was able to get that coupling placed in the suction line in the right spot. Patrick almost losing the level inside the unit. That would not have been good. Would have been taking apart the whole unit.
Dagner Espinosa on the press tool.
Dagner doing a great job here. It looks really nice. He's got that press tool going on that suction line. You can see he's just doing a great job. I love to see it. Nope. Oh, geez. It looks like he squeezed that trigger twice. He can't back out. He's got to continue to press it again. Could be an issue with a leak in the future. I hope not, though.
Why does that create a leak potentially?
You're basically crimping it, Joel, in two separate places. It's not a great practice. Alex taking his time making sure everything looks good. He's got measurements on the wall that he's really focused on trying to make sure that they meet. You can see Curtis working on that penetration boot with the line filter dryer. This is simulating an outdoor environment here. That's a weather-tight penetration boot. Keeps all the rodents and the weather out of your house.
Sean Price eyeing his larger suction line.
Joel, I like Sean's style here. I do this a lot. Instead of picking up a tape measure and a marker, he's dry fitting everything so that it's in place. Of course, making sure the vertical pipe is plumb and the horizontal pipe is level. He's got to make all these measurements, and then he's got to cut his tubing.
Nathan Richards.
Screws. I did not get screws.
Looking for, I think, screws here, Scott.
That's what I heard him say, Joel.
So Nathan Richards over to the Johnstone Supply Store.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Take only what you need here. Important to note that if you have too much equipment from the supply store at the end, that could actually be a deduction from your judge. Alex Ivy trying to make sure everything is squared away.
Judge, got a question. You mark the fitting, it's in the depth gauge, but it goes further than the depth gauge. Keep it at the blue line, keep it at the mark. Keep it at the mark. Thank you.
Scott Karen, there are no small or silly questions here.
I agree, and it looks like his associate's degree in business management might have taught him that. I respect this guy a lot.
When we come back, the professional finals of the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship continue here on CBS Sports Network. Welcome back to the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship with just under an hour left in the competition. And Scott Karen, these technicians are starting to turn up the heat.
Especially Patrick Bolt, last year's champion in the apprentice division, now competing against the pros for the first time. He's definitely a great example for all the apprentice techs at the ServiceTitan Elite Trades Championship Series.
And Scott, speaking of apprentices, let's take a look at the apprentice HVAC competition from earlier today. That's brought to us by AutoZone. Out of a field of thousands, only 10 apprentices qualified for the finals here in West Palm Beach. Among them were returning competitors, finalists Dustin Hawkins, Billy Damon, and Ryan Conley. They took on competition newcomers including Cameron Rabb, Robin Cutshaw, and Toby Chase.
3, 2, 1, go!
The apprentices were tasked with installing an electronic air cleaner onto an air handler, installing a condensate system onto the air handler, and fabricating a sheet metal supply plenum using tried and true high-quality Malco tools. Some competitors had never worked with air handlers before, and for those less familiar with ductwork, there were some struggles with the sheet metal. Though others seemed to have no trouble forming their supply plenums with the help of the mini brake and turbo crimping tools. Cameron Rabb was the first to hit his timer, followed quickly by Dustin Hawkins and Dawson Bettinelli. In the end, workmanship won out over speed, and it was Dustin Hawkins of Shelbyville, Illinois, that took home the first place title and a handsome check for $20,000. We congratulate all of the apprentice competitors and the winners at the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship, and we'll hope to see them back next year. Working our way through a 90-minute competition here in West Palm Beach. Measuring, cutting, prepping, and securing a line set is the bulk of this challenge, connecting the air handler to the outside condenser unit. Dagner Espinosa working inside with the copper tubing. That air handler is the tall black unit that is inside. This is the connecting piece that will take it outdoors to that condenser unit. What you would see is the air conditioning unit outside your typical home. there is Patrick Bolt outside the house with that condenser unit. Jared Porter taking his time here with a system that's fairly new to him. Professionally, he works at Clearwater Paper in Lewiston, Idaho. It's a pulp and paper mill, different type of setting. Here it's something you might see in your home. Curtis Harrington making sure he's getting points where they are to be had. And he's got to go put the right set of jaws on that press tool.
Now, Joel, he's supposed to calibrate that tool when he switches from one size jaw to another. He didn't, but it could affect the integrity of that crimp.
He's a father of two, and he's had his sights set on making it to the championships since the competition's inception. This was finally his year. Let's get to know a little bit more about Curtis.
What inspires me? That's a good question. The main inspiration is even though things don't always seem like I can make them work out, I usually can. So that helps me keep going because I said, well, if I can't do it, who is? My name is Curtis Harrington, and I've been an HVAC technician for almost 30 years. My dad, he was a mason, a brick mason. Thought I was going to do masonry just like my father. I was a senior in high school, and my mom told me my dad didn't want me to do it. So what do I do now? A guy comes in talking about heating and air conditioning. Okay, so that's what I did, and I've been here ever since. I'm a service tech, so I could either be working on a heater, air conditioner, water heater. I could be working on a dryer or a stove, or that day they could send me to do an install. I'm hoping the fact that sometimes I do service and sometimes I do install, and me not knowing what's going on will help me just go there and install it in the right. Do the best. How can I describe my family? They are wild and unpredictable, I could say, especially when dealing with my little girls. There's a lot of things we like to do, but one thing, especially the girls like to do, is ride bikes. My little girl loves to be on she calls it the two bike. It's that little trailer that you hook up so she can ride on the back of me. The fact that I need to take care of my family gets me through these long days.
Ready?
The only person that keeps pushing me is me. Because if I make a mistake, everybody says I'm trying to be a perfectionist. I'm not. I just want things to be right. Last year, ServiceTitan competition, I made it to the second round, not the third. This year, I'm here at the third. So now I've reached that. I don't care whether it's third or first, I'm gunning to place.
Scott Caron, in this line of work, there are worse things than being a perfectionist.
You've got to hold yourself to a high standard. However, this is a competition, Joel. Time does matter at the end.
Back to Joe Retorno. We've seen a lot of copper throughout this competition, very intentionally placed. Every job site is going to be different. What are these technicians being tested on by having to meet certain specifications?
They were given dimensions from the floor, from the wall, where they had to install the copper piping. It's basically simulating a route that they would have to take from the outside unit to the inside unit with the obstructions in the way. Without those obstructions and directions, the judges can't answer yes or no. You can see Sean Price here, Joel, he's got an issue with his piping. He's adding a coupling right next to an elbow. That's not good installation practices. Looks like he may have made a mistake and cut the pipe too short and had to add in that small piece. He's most likely going to get marked down on that.
And that's a great look, Scott, at Sean Price having to make that fix. And if you remember, he dry fit everything earlier before he ever did any press fit.
Yep, made a little bit of an error, but he fixed it. He's carrying on. You can see Craig working diligently right at the unit, making a double back-to-back elbow right there so that the heights match up great off the floor. I like his style. I like his professionalism. He's making all the crimps at the same time so he doesn't forget anything. First time, Joel, that we've seen some wiring for the thermostat that they need to install. Dagner's getting a jump on it, going across those studs, banging in those staples. Looks good so far.
And this is where the diversity of skills comes into play. This isn't just about HVAC, you need some electrical talent too.
All these HVAC techs, they know how to use wiring. Whether it's going to a thermostat, whether it's going to a zone control, they know how to use wiring. Joel, we've been talking about these press fittings a lot. This is the first time actually seeing the tool that's going to measure whether or not they're leak-free. That's a micron gauge, and on the floor is a vacuum pump. It's evacuating the entire system to make sure there are no leaks. If there is a leak, it's going to show it on that NAVAC micron gauge.
So the competitors will use them, and then the judges will come through and check their work afterwards.
I don't know too much about that thing.
And Craig Childress, plumber by trade.
I can't say anything about
No, all good. It's all good.
A little bit new to this piece of
I'm just going
equipment.
to keep going while that does its thing.
It is the constant, quiet confidence of Craig Childress. We're just about halfway through the pro finals here at the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be the returning champ, Craig Childress, or will it be one of our rookie competitors, freezing him out? It's anyone's competition. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the third annual ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. It's a competition that started in 2022 with the mission to elevate the men and women who keep us comfortable in our homes, offices, pretty much everywhere. Earlier in this competition, Chip Wade caught up with Chris Hunter from ServiceTitan to talk about why they're so committed to the trade.
Chris, so glad you're here. The third year that ServiceTitan has been a part of the Elite Trades Championship Series, specifically the HVAC Championship. Now, you guys are now really the title sponsor for the whole Elite Trades Championship Series. You've gone outside of HVAC. Now you're with electrical and auto tech, the whole thing. Why did y'all expand to the whole thing?
Well, we know the trades, man, it's not just HVAC. We want to be the operating system for all trades. So this was a perfect opportunity to expand that, really recognize all the hard work that everybody's doing in multiple trades.
ServiceTitan has brought a lot to the table here. Why are y'all so passionate specifically about the trades? What are y'all doing to elevate them?
We've got the best business model in the world. We are successful, ServiceTitan, when our customers are successful. And to be successful, guess what they need? They need technicians. So we got to start raising up this next generation, building technicians, empowering them. So that's why we're here and love it.
Well, y'all are definitely making their jobs easier to allow them to do what they do the way they do it. So thanks so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
There is no official order of operations for these competitors, but installing the digital wall thermostat and working with the PVC seem to be the last two things to tackle. We've got a change in materials.
We did. We went from copper to PVC, and he's using that for the condensate drain, which removes the condensation from the AC coil on the inside. As it melts and condensates, it goes into the drain. The drain has to be pitched downhill, in his instance, to the right. And you can see he's using this blue glue. It's blue for a reason, Joel, so the inspectors can see that the fittings were glued correctly.
And if you don't get the condensation out, what happens?
Oh, that's a great question. You get mold and mildew growing on the inside of the air handler, and that creates all sorts of indoor air quality issues.
When we last saw Craig Childress, he was working with the vacuum pump. The access panel has come off the condenser now. Scott, what's inside?
We have all the control wiring, Joel, for the air conditioning and the heat pump inside that access panel.
Are you cutting the red or the green first?
Well, there's also a white, a blue, and a yellow wire, so I'm not really sure.
Why are there so many wires?
It's a heat pump system, Joel, so it has many more wires than just a conventional air conditioning only system.
It's got to do air conditioning and heat.
Yeah, just picture a car. It goes in forward for air conditioning and then put it in reverse and it creates heat.
Rob Sanzi on the vacuum pump now as Craig Childress starting to work on those little connections. Dagner Espinosa is on the other side of that thermostat.
It's a digital wall thermostat controller. It does so much more than just turn the air conditioning and the heat on. It's got all sorts of wireless connections that you can tie into your smartphone. Really a great feature that Trane has come out with. I love using it. You could tell Craig's really focused on that air handler wiring. This is where my kind of stress level is. I get into this and I'm like, time is ticking. I've got to get this working. Every one of those colors means something. If you connect the wrong wire to the wrong color, you're going to have problems when you power it up. I like how he's taking his time here. Real calm and real cool. Glad to see Dagner is cleaning up. You know, from the naked eye, Joel, it looks like that white condensate pipe is running uphill. What does it look like to you?
Yeah, a little bit pitched north. That's got to come down so the moisture can get out.
The judges are going to pick up on that. That's a big point deduction.
About 10 minutes left in the competition, coming down the home stretch. Dagner Espinosa has the press tool again, maybe caught one final thing here at the end.
It's good that he caught it before he presses that time clock.
1:23:14 is the finishing time for Dagner Espinosa, and he is with Chip Wade.
Do I hear cheering? Is it because of you?
Yeah.
Did you clock out?
Yeah.
Man, great time. I think you were the first to finish. How you feeling right now?
Excited.
Tired? Excited?
Yeah, excited, yeah. Just nervous about all those fittings. Yeah, that's.
But what specifically are you nervous about?
I have never done the compressed fitting before, so I got no idea how well they perform. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
But hopefully your expertise is gonna shine through. Step one, check. Good luck.
Thank
Nice
you.
job, man.
Thank
Take
you.
a breather.
Thank you, guys.
Time is just one factor, but he is the first finisher. Great support system all the way from Tampa to support Dagner Espinosa. He finishes in 1:23:14. Will anybody else cross that finish line? We'll find out when we return. Welcome back to West Palm. We are in the final moments of the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. And with just minutes left on the clock, the competition has reached a fever pitch. Scott Caron, if you're in the shoes of a competitor, how do you spend your final few minutes?
Joel, I'd want to make sure that all my work looks clean, that the lines were pitched right, that everything I've done up to this point can be judged on its best merits. Finish the tasks you started. There are no points for almost done here.
1 minute left. We're in the final 60 seconds. Finish up. Let's go.
Inside the final minute on the clock, Craig Childress knows he's not going to finish here. You don't get points for partially done, but he's got a great approach.
He's got almost 16 wires that have to be connected. He's not going to get it done in the 30 seconds left, but he's making it look clean. I like that about Craig.
Curtis Harrington, in the meantime, trying to get as many points as he can here at the end as we hit the final 20 seconds of competition. Patrick Bolt looks like he's in a good spot here.
Joel, he could be a lot cleaner on that PVC condensate drain. Look at the blue glue. It's everywhere.
He does have the cover reinstalled, though, as we go to Chip for our final countdown.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Let's give it up for all these guys.
Press tools down. What an absolute marathon to get here. Let's check in with Chip.
You're still sweating. Yeah. You're now solid. How you feeling?
Exhausted.
Yeah? How do you think you did?
Horrible. Just not bad. I just couldn't get it the way I wanted.
What slipped you up the most?
Right here. Tell me about it. Because I came in here, I knew where I wanted to go, but once I came in, I didn't have a 45 or anything. I was too close to that stud. So then I had to rethink about how I was going to do it. So now I had to come back over here and start from over here.
So it's a real propagating effect. One mistake really just screws everything up.
Exactly.
And then you have to put in extra joints and all that.
Yep. But at least I got it on the vacuum before the time was done.
There you go. Well, you still got a smile on your face. Your chances are as good as anybody. Go talk to your family. I know they're excited to see you.
Okay, thank you.
Congrats.
Scott, first off, let's get my man Curtis a bottle of water. Second of all, incredible insight into the time crunch these competitors are put into.
Even though these guys do this every day, they're not asked to do it in 90 minutes. This is a 3 or 4 hour installation. I'm impressed. This was a very rigorous competition.
It's time now to let the judges shine. Let's take a look at what the judges are looking for in the Monroe score sheet breakdown. The judging is based on workmanship, accuracy, proper tool usage, and safety. In the event of a tie between competitors, the judges will then factor in their time. Since only one competitor stopped their timer, it comes down to everything else though, Scott. What's inside that criteria?
Joel, accuracy, as you said, is really important. If you're missing materials and they didn't use them in the competition, that's a problem. If the measurements and the dimensions aren't correct, That's also a problem, including using a level to make sure that everything is pitched correctly. Organization. You gotta leave a clean workspace. It can't look all messy. And does the system leak? When they vacuum tested this system, if there's a leak in it, it's a fail.
One of the top 10 HVAC techs in the country is going home with bragging rights and a check for $40,000. We'll find out who when the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship returns.
The 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by ServiceTitan, the operating system that powers the trades, and by Johnstone Supply, contractors' preferred source for equipment, tools, supplies, and training.
To those who build, who fix, who know how. To those who forge their own path, who connect our world and keep it moving. Who get through each day with sweat, calloused hands, elbow grease, and determination. You're built different. Your skills are hard-earned, passed down from generation to generation. In the shop and on the job site. What you've learned can't be picked up just watching a video. You're committed to service, to safety, to quality work, and quality time. Because you know a job done right is a job well done. So to all those whose hats are hard, whose collars are blue, this is your moment, your time. This is what you're built for.
Competitors, let's go!
Scott, it's so incredible to see these service techs out in the field because here on the competition floor, you're really only exposed to one dimension of what they're capable of.
And to see just a small piece of the work these techs do in a day, it really makes you appreciate their skills and how much we depend on them, Joel.
So if you're out there watching or you know someone who's a tradesperson and wants to prove themselves in the ultimate skills competition, or honestly, if you're just interested in the trades, well, then you can follow us on social or check us out online at elitetrades.global. You can get all your information there on all things ServiceTitan Elite Trades Championship Series and learn how to qualify to compete in 2025. Time has expired here on the floor at the ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. The work is done, the judges are doing their thing, and one of our HVAC techs is going to be crowned National Champion. Before we learn that, let's take a quick look back at tonight's competition. These competitors were tasked with the wiring and piping required for a conventional split AC heating system.
3, 2, 1.
It was organized chaos on the floor as the competitors raced to get their copper lines measured, cut, and fitted precisely. Some were right at home using the state-of-the-art press fittings, while others appeared to be less confident with the technology. PVC glue was flying everywhere for the condensate system, with only a few competitors getting to wiring the digital wall thermostat. Of course, all eyes were on returning champion Craig Childress, who remained cool, calm, and collected under the watchful eye of his biggest fan, his wife, Rachel. But there were several techs snipping at Craig's heels. Patrick Bolt, Nathan Richards, Curtis Harrington all appeared to finish strong and sweaty. With 10 competitors and more than 200 years of combined experience on the floor, it's anyone's competition, and it's now up to the judges to determine who completed the job to the highest standard of workmanship.
Well, someone is walking away tonight with a $40,000 check and the ultimate title of National Champion. And we are about to find out, Joel.
Chip Wade has our winner ceremony presented by Yokohama Tire.
All right, who is ready to see who's taking home the grand prize for the ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship? without further ado, let's get after it. Third place, taking home $10,000. Let's hear it from Egg Harbor City, New Jersey, Curtis Harrington!
Yeah! That's what
30
I'm
years
talking
in the
about.
trade, and it all comes down to this. 10 grand for Curtis Harrington.
Man, Joel, I love his energy. He's the guy that I'd want next to me all day long. Great guy.
Yeah! I think he was faking it. What do you think? Nicely done. First time in the competition, knocking it out. That just means there's 2 spots left and 9 pros left. Taking home $15,000 and second place from Lipstick, Ohio, Patrick Bolt.
The apprentice champion from a year ago is the runner-up with the pros in 2024.
Good job, Patrick. He's a go-getter. He didn't stop from the minute he started.
What we've all been waiting for, who we're going to crown the national champion, and who gets to take this trophy home with them, and $40,000. No stranger, from Peabody, Massachusetts, Craig Childress!
Oh, 3 for 3. Craig Childress is an undefeated tradesman.
I'm so impressed he pulled it off. He looks surprised, truly surprised. Look at his wife.
We'll have to see what's in store as a celebration in 2024. He's got 40 grand to do it with. Huge shout out to our first, second, and third place winners. Each is walking away with some cash in their pockets, and a big round of applause for all of our competitors who made it here to the finals this year. Looks like Chip is down on the floor with our champion, Craig.
Craig, what a win. Coming off of last year on a high, did you expect to come out on top this year?
Definitely not, especially after the competition. It was a tight competition this year.
What are you going to take back home with you besides the money and this cool trophy, of course? What's the memory from this competition?
I mean, it's the people really that's part of the competition. It's everybody that helps put it together. It's the memory of walking down that line and kissing my wife the second that I found out I won. I was genuinely blown away that I won this year. So a lot of memories.
Well, I'm not going to keep you from doing just that. Join your wife. Enjoy the day.
Awesome.
Congratulations,
Thank
Craig.
you so much.
And there you have it, Craig Childress, the Bo Jackson of the trades, the Coach Prime of the trades, an absolute two-way star. He takes home another HVAC trophy as he gears up to compete next in plumbing. Will we have history again is the question. Stay tuned for that competition. The Plumbing National Championship is on its way. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us for the 2024 ServiceTitan HVAC National Championship. For Scott Karen, Chip Wade, and the rest of our crew, I'm Joel Godet. Until next time, stay cool, America.